More uncertainty around federal cuts with organizations that help victims of everything from sex trafficking to domestic violence now raising the alarm. Alma McCarty's in the newsroom. Alma, it sounds like some of these groups are now turning to the state for help.
Yeah, David, the groups I talked to say that their main focus is getting state lawmakers to pass 3 bills this session to help them maintain their current service levels.
Across the state, community programs from Safety Compass
We are an anti-trafficking organization
to CARES Northwest.
We focus on children who are at the center of child abuse investigations.
To Portland's Raphael House.
We provide shelter for survivors who are escaping a domestic violence situation.
Now partnering together to keep their doors open and their services going.
The entire interpersonal violence victim and survivors sort of space is being deeply impacted by budget issues, funding cuts.
All of us are really approaching a funding cliff, if you will.
And they're spreading the word about what's at stake.
You're looking at when someone calls, nobody answers. When someone needs an emergency, placement to go to escape violence, there's nowhere for them to go. They have to be turned away.
Providers say the need in Oregon has increased, up last year on average around 30 to 50%.
It really feels like a perfect storm of funding challenges. And right now, as most of our organizations are serving more children and adults and families than ever before.
Some of the funding reductions they'd been planning for.
But it comes now under the umbrella now of many other federal curveballs.
To ensure emergency shelters are staffed, crisis lines stay open, and all these safety net services remain in place, they're urging state lawmakers to pass certain bills tied to their funding.
These are survivors of domestic and sexual violence. These are their children. These are survivors of abuse who are making a very courageous choice to trust the social service system. And we need to be there to be able to be an answer to their next step.
With those 3 bills up for consideration, each is in the Joint Committee on Ways and Means. The latest movement on one of those was earlier this month. All have yet to be voted on. David?
Yeah, interesting how folks are trying to adapt to all the uncertainty here. Thank you, Alma.